Hello, I just wanted to have a quick talk about car parks and parking your car. Has anybody ever parked their car and forgotten where they've parked it? I'm hoping it's not just me. I've got a bit of a story. It was about 15 years ago, and I went to the Mall, Cribs Causeway, Bristol, and I parked my car and went in shopping, and then came out and thought, I've got absolutely no idea whatsoever where my car is. I think there's about 10,000 spaces there. Absolutely no idea. Like, no idea. I was obviously in major dizzy ADHD mode where I'd forgotten absolutely everything. It's like I'd stepped into a parallel universe. And I really couldn't remember even which part of the car park, let alone, it could have been anywhere. And I couldn't find it. And I remember walking around the whole car park. It took me about 45 minutes. The whole lot twice, no clue. So I had to go back into the Mall and I had to go to customer services and I had to explain that I had no idea where my car was. And I remember people sort of to the right of me, like looking at me like I was a bit insane, which was quite funny actually looking back. And then they had to get somebody called the buggy man. And she said, we've got something that's a bit like a golf buggy, and the person that drives it is called Gordon. So what we're going to do for you in a minute, we're going to get Gordon to come along, and he's going to drive the buggy, and it speed things up for you. So he'll drive you in the buggy all around the car park, and you'll be a bit up higher, and you'll be able to get around it a lot quicker. So hopefully he'll help you find your car. So I did meet Gordon. I had to meet him outside. I had to go up a flight of steps and meet him outside. They explained where I had to meet him in depth. They actually explained in depth where I had to meet him, in case I got that bit wrong. I did meet him, and I did get in something that looked very much like a golf buggy. And yes, funnily enough, I was the only person that I could see anywhere actually in this golf buggy type contraption. And once more, people were like, what's going on? It was hysterical because the car I had at the time was a blue Vauxhall Astra. And what happened to my brain is, as we were like travelling around the car park of about 10,000 spaces, every time I saw a blue car of the same shade, that's my car, somebody's stolen it. And he'd be like, no, calm down. Are you sure? No, that's not my car. And then about 2 minutes, that's my car, somebody's stolen it. And they're driving off. And apparently, even though that sounds insane, it's really common. He'd seen it so many times where people that had forgotten where they parked, they'd see a similar car, and they'd be convinced that somebody had nicked it and they'd driven off in it. Frankly, the car I was driving at the time, they would have to be insane to steal it because it was about to completely collapse. But that's a different point. Anyway, eventually we stopped by something that I thought was a car that I thought was my car, beginning of the same reg, same colour, same make. So I said, yes, that's it. Got out, went to the car, and then looked around and said, no, that's not my car. It was really funny looking back, but really embarrassing. But it took about an hour maximum to find my car. And it was one of the funniest experiences, made even more funny that he actually told me his whole life story pretty much, or the main snippet, not his whole life story, but the main dramatic snippets of it in that hour. So my advice is put into your phone what parking space, this is what I do now, but it was rather hysterical looking back, really quite hysterical.